It seems like every season, Madden has a new feature to entice players into taking the annual plunge, yet it rarely ends up feeling radically different than the year before. The 2012 outing was riddled with gameplay quirks and featured few additions, so it should be easy for Madden NFL 13 to make a strong impression.
To be the best and stay there, sweat is necessary.
Staring down the barrel of 2 consecutive years with no new modes to speak of, Madden NFL 13 needs to supply a new way to play, and it does. Well, kind of. The new Connected Careers give you the option of playing continuous seasons as either an individual player, a coach, or one of many present and past NFL legends. While it's easy to find and join leagues with other players online, the moniker is really just a front for placing all the modes from prior games under one menu option.
To the ground here. Going to be a tackle for a loss.
With everything hidden under the Connected Career banner, it's initially a challenge just to figure out how to play through a season as your favorite team. It's accomplished by creating and then playing as a coach, where you take command of every facet of a program, in addition to playing through the actual season. The good news is that there's plenty of flexibility in how much you handle on your own or allow the computer to take care of. You earn XP for just about everything you do that can be spent on upgrading players, scouting college prospects, or even boosting your coach to improve a variety of organizational strengths. Practice has been reworked to challenge you to attain specific goals, but its all-or-nothing XP bonus is a turnoff.
Let's go!
While it's as close as Madden has come to being an RPG, the time spent manually practicing, scouting, and upgrading your team's players lacks an adequate payoff. Negotiating with players is about as streamlined as it can be, but you'll quickly find yourself delegating that as well. If you choose to play as a current player or legend, you're essentially taking part in what used to be called Superstar Mode. First, you create or select a player, then choose his team. If you make a player from scratch, chances are he's going to ride the pine hoping the starter gets injured. You'll sometimes go through entire games without him ever taking the field. Choosing to play as a legend will bring them out of retirement and onto a squad as you try to revive their career, or you can pick an existing player and slip into the role of a current star.
Touchdown, 49.
Madden Ultimate Team returns, allowing you to build a fantasy squad using player cards from all around the league. Winning games or achieving goals gives you coins to buy even more card packs. Now there are solo challenges, and you get bonus packs for cards for having old Madden saves on your hard drive. Rookie cards are also dynamic this year, so as they improve in the real NFL, their cards rating will also climb. Just like prior years, Ultimate Team is still a lot of fun, but the improvements are minimal. The big change to Madden NFL 13's design is the wide implementation of XP and leveling. We were initially enthralled with it, but by the end of our first season, we were delegating just about everything. While renaming old modes is a bit deceptive, Madden NFL 13 is loaded with ways to play and is capable of sucking up weeks of your life.
Cam Newton unleashes the long pass. That ball was going the other way.
For the first time ever, Madden NFL 13 utilizes a real physics engine for collisions instead of canned tackle animations. Dubbed the Infinity Engine, it supplies some of the most teeth-rattling hits in series history. There's a real sense of momentum to each player and aura of spontaneity to each play. Where defenders used to fall down and be out of the action for good, now they'll spring back up and continue fighting for tackles. Where collisions used to result in predetermined outcomes that eventually became predictable, now you never know just how each clash will end up. When it works, it makes the game feel incredibly dynamic.
Trying to work that left side. The Texans get a first down.
Unfortunately, the free-flowing physics also open the door to all kinds of wacky movements and reactions. While most of the real eyesores happen after a play is dead, you'll still see things that defy the law of reason between the whistles. Players will pretzel, and limbs bend into awkward positions. The physics themselves also appear suspect at times. Players will generate energy from hits long after contact is complete, and it just feels like there's some kind of funky voodoo going on underneath the hood.
Working that left side. The reception, easy.
Game flow play calling returns, in addition to the typical 3-panel manual selection. When you get to the line of scrimmage, pre-snap adjustments are now hidden behind an analog stick click, adding another input to something that needs to be as quick and accessible as possible.
Delay of game on the offense.
The addition of Kinect support for the Xbox 360 version allows you to make on-the-fly adjustments with your voice, and it works surprisingly well. There are times when selecting plays that you're unable to see the down and distance. It's a huge oversight. We've also come across plenty of bugs and glitches that run the gamut from defensive players becoming impossible to move, AI running out of bounds for no reason, footballs that spiral multiple directions, and scores of times where we just flat out caught the computer cheating. While we have hopes that EA Sports can eventually get the new Infinity engine to a good place, one unquestionable gameplay upgrade is to the passing game. Following in the cleats of NCAA Football 13, you now have a lot more control over leading receivers away from coverage. There aren't a lot of visual upgrades this year, but the most noticeable is the grass effect used to accentuate sideline toe drags and big hits. Otherwise, it's essentially status quo, with new uniforms and slight visual tweaks that only the most eagle-eyed player will spot. ESPN integration has been axed for a more generic game presentation featuring horrifying digital versions of Jim Nantz and Phil Simms. The engine doesn't do them any favors, or any other humans for that matter. The commentary is a bit better than last year, but if you're like us, you'll still turn it down in favor of the crowd and stadium sounds. With its brand new physics engine and RPG elements, Madden NFL 13 tries hard to make its mark, but both changes have problems fitting into the existing gameplay and design structures. While it's better than last year's game in some ways, it's worse in others, and buying it at full price is hard to recommend unless you've sat out a couple seasons. It's encouraging to see EA Sports finally take some risks with the series, even if they don't all hit pay dirt.